Hello everyone, welcome back. So in the previous video we discussed about the document library, how we can upload the documents, how we can create new document there, and we have seen how we can organize the documents into a folder. Okay. In this video we are going to see some more features of the document library. So basically in this what we will be covering is version control, and second is how to check the history, and the third one is co-authoring. Okay, so let's begin the video. So let's begin with the topic. So I will just go to site contents. On the same site announcement which we were doing in the previous video. Okay, and there what if you have remember, we have created one document library technology, and under this we have different folders. Okay, this is how we have organized the documents. Okay, now consider this document dot docs. Okay, now what is version control? Version control, whenever we are making any changes, it will create the versions. So if suppose first time when I created this document, I added some text, my name is Shubham, and second time when I made some changes to document, I made it to my name is Shubham and I am from India. So those two history will be there in this document. And we need to click on these three dots, and then we have here version history. If you can see, there are two versions here for this document. One, when we have first created this document with the empty content, and the second one we have created with some content there. Okay, now now if suppose I click on this, I have the option to restore also. Suppose uh, I have 10 versions, and there I want to revert the document to a particular version. Then in that case we need to just click on this and we need to click on restore. Okay, and when we click on view, what it does actually is like it will download this version document into your local system. Okay, now let me just close this. So this is about the version history. Okay, now another thing is like what is version controlling. So what happens basically is like when we create any library, by default the version control is enabled. But when we do with the same with the SharePoint list, when we create any SharePoint list, in that case by default versioning will be not enabled. That means if suppose in SharePoint list you are going to a particular item, and when you click on three dots you will not see this version history by default. Okay, so how do we make this enable? So what if suppose it is not there? By default it will be there obviously. So we need to click on this setting symbol, then we need to go to library settings. Okay, and we need to go to more library settings. Under this, remember this library settings can be enabled, can be accessible based on the permissions. If you don't have the proper permission, you might not be able to access these settings. Okay, and now in this setting where we will find the version controlling. So if you will see here, this second link, versioning settings, if we click on this, we'll get all those fields related to the versions. Fields in the sense features. You can say features we will get related to the version controlling. Okay. So first one is content approved. By default, it will be no. Why we use this content approval is like if suppose you have created some document, and that document needs to be published to everyone, or to whomever the access is there for this particular site. In that case, if you are making approval is yes, then it will go to the approver, and then they will approve. Once they will approve, then only it will be available to other users in the site. Okay, another one we will discuss this on this more on the permission side when we will be talking about the permissions. Second one is document version history. So here you can see uh, you have three options whether you want versioning or not. If you don't want, then you need to click on this. Then in that case, it will not track the changes. Okay, there will be a single version only. If you select the second one, always there will be a major version like one, version 2, version 3, version 4, like that way. And if you select the third one, then you can create the version uh, uh, with the minor versions also. Minor versions means suppose you have some documents you have added but you have not checked in. Okay, in that case, it will be 1.1, 1.2. So what does it mean? If suppose I created selected this, now 1.0 is my published version, which is accessible by everyone. Now, if suppose I am making any changes and I have not published it again, then in that case the version will be 1.1, 1.2. Okay, these all will be a draft version. And here we are defining the numbers, like how many number of major versions we want it. Same goes for this draft one also. When we will click on this, then we will get this option. Okay, and also if you will see the third one, draft item security. So if suppose I am creating the draft, I get the option. Okay, suppose I created one document, I have not published it, and in that case, to whom these documents will be visible? Because draft items can be visible to others also. If suppose that setting, that particular setting, we are controlling it from here, like who should see draft items in this document library. Like any user who can read items means the users who have read permission, they can see the draft items. And if suppose we are selecting only users who can edit items, so it completely depends on the permissions, what permissions are set on the site as well as the document library. Based on this it will work. Okay, and the third one is required checkout. Now required checkout means uh, if you want to, if suppose this is yes, and if you want to edit any document, first we need to check out that document, then only we will be able to edit it. Okay, and if it is, if this is no, then in that case no checkout option is there, directly we can edit the document. Okay, so these more features we will be discussing more when I will be creating the documents, when I will be creating the videos on intermediate level of the SharePoint. So there I will cover a lot of things what we can achieve using out of box. Okay, right now in this videos, I'm just explaining the fundamentals of the SharePoint. So you will see less content on this part. So let me go back to the, I will just click on cancel right now and I will go back to the library. Now what happens, the third point which I mentioned, document co-authoring. So document co-authoring includes many features. Like one, I mentioned approval thing. That is one of the feature for co-authoring. Second one is uh, both the documents can be edited by any number of users simultaneously in the real time. Okay, what does it mean? I have this same document open with uh, one of my system, another account. Okay, for of this Office 365 tenant. Let me just show you this. If you will see this in the top, this is user one, and if you will see in the top of the another screen edge, you will see this is virtual learning. Okay, now if I open this document in virtual learning, then in that case you can see both persons has opened the same uh, diagram, same document. One is this, okay, and another one, this one. Let me just keep it this here and this one here, and let me just expand this. Okay, now you see this is logged in by virtual learning and this is logged in by user one. Okay, now if you will see, both the documents are getting edited simultaneously. And when I am in virtual learning, I can see who all are accessing this document, has this document open in their system, and where they are editing it. So if you will see, this is the red color, the whole thing, and see the user one red color is coming up here. So it is showing like at which part of the document is getting edited by the user one. Okay, same goes for user one. It shows blue color because in the top also blue color. Suppose multiple users are there, so many colors will be there. It shows who is editing this document at what place. Okay, now if suppose I type something in the virtual learning. See, simultaneously it is showing my inputs to the user one also. It shows, correct? And suppose if I as a user one, I just want to change this document to this is my first video, then it will get changed here also. Okay, so like this way you can see both the users are editing the document at the same time. This piece is great, correct? If suppose I want to add some lines here and some other person wants to draw some table here in the below, they both can contribute to the same document at once. In previous way of method, what we used to do, we used to create the replica of the document in our local first, then we used to make changes, then we collaborate with other team members, then we merge, then we publish the original document, correct? And here everything is simple. Okay, so this is the one thing what co-authoring does. Okay, now another thing is like I was talking about the version history. Okay, so that version history, let me just close this document from the user one, and simultaneously from this also it will goes up. It is gone, so it now no one is editing this document except me as a virtual learning account. Okay, now if suppose I want to see what versions are there for this document. One option is there. You just click on this three dot, click on version history, and you will see all the versions there. See, I edited right now, and we have another version. Okay. Now, if I click on this and view, then in that case, it will download the document to the local. Okay, and it will, this is the latest version. If I download this one, then the empty document we will be having the first created, it will contain the same document. Okay, let me go to the document again. Another way to see the difference in the browser itself, what we can do, we just need to come to this document, click on the top this icon and there also we can see version history there. When I click on this, it shows me all the versions. If suppose I click the first one, nothing is there at that point of time when this version get created. The document was empty and nothing was there. When when I click on this one, this is the this is the line which got added, so it is showing me that particular um, uh, information. Okay, now we have another version which is modified by both virtual learning as well as user one. See, it gives you this information also, who has modified these documents. Now when I will click on this, it will show me the latest one because this is the latest one, and also it shows me like previously what was there and now what is there. If you see, it is cut, that this thing is striked out, so that means this was there previously. If we want to see what is the original in this version, we can just click on this show changes as no, and it will show the text as it is. Okay, now consider I want to restore this particular version, what we can do. one thing is like, what is the version is this one is, this is the second version. Either we can come here and click on restore, or we can come here and click on restore in the top. Once we will click on this, what is going to happen, it will, the this one will become the latest version, and again another version will get created. I have clicked on restore. Now this is my latest version, and if you will see in the version history again, the version 4 will be there. Yeah. You see, so one is this one, another one is this one. Okay, because it is showing based on the time, that's the reason I think showing it here as in the single umbrella. If we go here and just click three dots and click on version history, you will see four versions here. See, it is four versions. Okay, this is the things which is getting covered in the co-authoring. Another feature which I mentioned is the approval thing. We can do is like, we can create a document, and once it is created, it will go for a approval process. This is another option of co-authoring. Okay, so that's all in this video. In the next video we will be seeing how we can create a list, how we will be managing the list, SharePoint list. Okay, as I mentioned, in the SharePoint backend there are two major things. One is SharePoint list, and another one is SharePoint document, SharePoint library. Okay, thank you.